Good morning. Welcome back to our happy homestead. Today we are going to conclude our exercise. Normally we start our exercise together and I go through my routine and we go for our run, then we come back to the property and do our 147 push-ups. Well, we found with the new iPhone 17 Pro Max, it doesn't get very good cellular off property, something that I'm going to drive into town today and address. But I decided to spare the choppiness of that and go ahead and do my run, my cardio. So I've been doing cardio for 40 minutes off property with the puppy dog. So now we're going to do our 147 push-ups on property. And I'm going to point out a couple of highlights from the weekend because those of you that have been around for years that may or may not watch this might notice a little bit different of a scene. Well, I probably cleared out probably 30 trees over the last 4 or 5 days off the property. As a matter of fact, you can see a whole bunch of them behind me there all throughout. And then down there, you might see what I have come to refer to as the fleet. And you might also notice the lack of deadfall, particularly that giant tree that sat there for 3 years. It's funny, I took a picture of my fleet of vehicles there and sent it to my wife, and with the emoji of the little dude with the eyeglass, and said, "My fleet," and play March of the Valkyries to go with that. But anyway, I just read an article this morning. Well, first of all, we woke up, we did our, survey of the news, if you will, like we do every morning. And I came across a really interesting article that I thought it's one of those things where people do like a science study on something, spend a lot of money, put a lot of resources into something that you were like, all view, hello, Captain Obvious. And that is a major study has found that exercise is just as effective, or shows evidence, we got to use scientific terms, that exercise is just as effective at treating depression as antidepressants, something that a lot of us already know. And something that I've been trying to relay to so many people in my life that struggle with mental health and depression. I don't understand mental health and depression. I have no expertise in the subject, brain chemistry. All I know is that I'm a pretty happy dude and I exercise every day, with the exception of one day. So anyway, when I'm done with the stream, I'll come back and put a link to that. It's actually an NPR article, which, NPR is kind of interesting. The first thing I do when I read an article online is go to the comment section to see what the people are saying. And NPR, turned off their comment section in the lead up to the 2016 election, which was kind of interesting. Kind of a general establishment push to limit discourse, if you will. But really interesting article. Again, obvious information to a lot of us. I have a son who, he's adultish, right? And if he ever sees this, it's facts, but he's morbidly obese, right? And and he struggles with mental health. And I tell him all the time, go to the gym, move. It helps. Just get started, and the rest will take care of itself. But again, to each their own. But we're going to go ahead and do our 147 push-ups and continue our cardio. And we did pull out the weights to do some actual squats today. So anyway, we did a little bit of a change in the format, changed the name of the channel, something I thought was a little bit more becoming of the current day and age. But again, we already done our 40 minutes of continuous cardio. So we are going to knock out our first 40 push-ups. 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. This probably sounds really weird with the microphone on. 40. I don't normally do these with the microphone on. All right, so and apologize for the sniveling. This is January in the northern Florida, Georgia area, so this is allergy season, and they are affecting. So there's only one pill I take, and that is a Claritin during January and February. Just haven't found a natural remedy that works as well as Claritin yet. So, all right, I think we'll start off with sets of 20. Puppy dog, he got ran. He never did his business, so. Oh. This is really awkward microphone, so I'm just gonna set this over here. That way you don't have to hear me breathing heavily. Hey, you gonna give me some rooms? You gonna give me some space? He's probably thirsty. You thirsty, boy? You thirsty? All right, we'll let you in here a second. Ugh. Three. Yeah, those burn a little. I'm still feeling Friday's leg day. Ducky Edit says, "Oh, your dog is so cute." Thank you. That's Nihai. He's our. Oh, that was lovely. He's our German Shepherd. He's a good boy. He's visiting. Looks like he's visiting the neighbor dog. You can see up here all of this. You couldn't even walk through here. But I always feel great after I'm done with my daily exercise, which is why I always, even though I work out at night sometimes, the gym, do martial arts, I always start the day with exercise because I feel great the rest of the day. But see all this space here? Look at this. So this is where we're gonna extend out the chicken run, knock down this fence, this whole space here. We're gonna carve out for the chickens. And look, you probably can't tell, but I made a thoroughfare here. You can see the temporary chicken coop. I could actually drive my truck through here now. So you couldn't do that before. Strange thing was when I took down this tree right here, it unearthed the underground cable. I was like, oh shit, did I just take out the poultry palace electricity? But no, I didn't. Still running, so I guess it's just a dead cable. How are we doing? Looks like we're going in and out of the Wi-Fi, so that's a little bit of an issue. You can see all the tracks from coming through here in the tractor. So we have 107 push-ups to go, and we won't do a set amount of squats. We'll just bang them out in sets of 20. I'm gonna go get some water though. Nihai, come. You probably want some water too. Go get you a drink. I'm waiting to hear back on my start date on my new job, but my new boss apparently is on vacation until January 20th. So my mini retirement got extended a little bit. But we got the music studio set back up over the last couple of days. So later today, I'm going to do another live stream, and after I get some work done around here, and test my ability to use the newly upgraded OBS Studio on my MacBook Pro and my new studio setup, which I actually have after I've had that Zoom L12 Pro audio interface for probably 18 months. I finally hooked it up as an audio interface and can run a proper condenser microphone into my MacBook Pro and like stream like a podcaster, professionally sounding. So the three of you can watch. All right. But so I'm not making any claims that exercise cures depression, but I'm just saying that it works for me and studies show evidence to support. So there's that. Looks like I'm getting ready to drop out of here. One. I'll take the microphone. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so I'm trying to do more proper push-ups where I go as low to the ground as possible. Some people point out that I do kind of partial push-ups. This might be kind of an excuse, but a lot of the time that's because I do push-ups outside and there's grass and stuff, and I don't want it going in my mouth and stuff. So I know it probably sounds like an excuse, but I am trying to do more full form push-ups. So that's what, 80? I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream, as I often do, today's property EDC. Now we did do a proper patrol of the perimeter with the puppy dog to start out. We always do that to try to encourage him to do his doggy business, if you know what I mean. So we did that. Then we went for our 40 minutes of cardio. He never did do his business. And then we came back here. Whoa. Y'all see that V in the sky? I don't think you can see that. There's like a perfect V. Chemtrails. There's one forming right there. Can you see that? Yeah, I bet you can see that. This side of the camera picks up the blue sky a little bit more. Exercise and live longer. Indeed. See, I'm kind of I have a younger daughter, kind of for my age. I know a lot of people will probably be surprised at how old I actually am. Heavenly Father blessed me with decent genes, I guess, but I got problems in other areas, trust me. But yeah, that one's being formed right there. Let's see, does this zoom? Oh yeah, look at that. I have this running joke that they're spraying the stupid spray again. Look at that bucket. Isn't that a good looking green bucket? Yes, it is. We were actually doing a little maintenance on the driveway. Not we, I. We as in me and my tractor. And tell you what, you can do some things with a tractor. But now I have a little bit of an exercise addiction. truth be told. Enjoy the day. You too, Porter. Let's see, I left my glove over there. And my weights. But I don't tend to read NPR as much as I used to. Started listening to NPR as a teenager because they played classical music, which was preferable to the style of music at the time, as they kind of shifted from kind of the decent early 90s alternative music, the Pavements, the Primuses of the world. Things started to get all kind of like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit-y, which I wasn't really into that scene, so switched over to NPR as a teenager because they played classical music at the time. Wasn't really into the new metal scene. So, and then of course that bleeds over into listening to the news on NPR, and they got a little bit of a lean, if you will. And look at these. Okay, 4 years on these Fleet Co. gloves. Now, I haven't seen my pig gloves in a couple of weeks. I don't know where they are. And my mechanics gloves are decent, but they don't fit like the pig gloves. So hopefully I'll find those. But again, these are the Fleet Co. I guess these are supposed to be padded or punching, but let's see. We have 3 layers on. Since it's in the 30s in Florida, and I've been freezing my balls off out here. Literally, I mean, I have a Punisher thermal shirt on. We are rocking the Bodyguard 380 with Buffalo Boar Hardcast, and I have my Rat Model 1 exercise knife, the Mini Educator, which I should go let the puppy dog back out. I don't tend to run a wallet on the property, so really no need to perform any type of fiat currency transactions here in the woods. So running light, running simple. I do have a bandana, multi-use item, and then in my convenient little vest here, struggling with a zipper. Jacketed hollow points. So we can switch from hard cast to jacketed hollow points, depending on if we have 4-legged or 2-legged issues. We have a lot more 4-legged issues here than 2-legged. Now I'm gonna do 40 more push-ups, then I'll go let the puppy dog out. One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 120. All right. My weight rolled away. I know it's hard to get started if you're, leading a sedentary lifestyle, right? But if you sit, you just got to get up and start walking. Get used to walking, and you got to start walking faster. Start walking faster, and you get to jogging. Get to jogging, you get to running. Sprinkle in some resistance training. You got to get in the groove of it to where you get mad if you don't do it. All right, let's see, 20 minutes. Yeah, we've been going for probably like a good 60 minutes of continuous exercise. Oh, see? Here we go. What did I just say? And I'm actually trying to do them flatter. I am on an incline here. It's actually easier to do them now. I didn't used to do them on the concrete because the chickens used to free range. 3 Ad Scout said hi. Hello. We used to let the chickens free range, so there was chicken poop everywhere. And it would rain every day or get humid and be moisture laden. So it'd be like a soup, a tea, if you will, of chicken poop, which I did not appreciate having in my face. So I have an aversion to going all the way to the ground. We'll see if we can get a little bit flatter. Being a hippie, I'm also trying to keep my hair off the ground too. All right. Nose to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. All right, that was 147. So, and usually I try to space them out a little bit, and I just did the 40 before that. So that is 147 though. I'll tell you what, we'll overachieve. We'll do. Got to give my shoulders a rest. We will do 20 more today. We will do 20 more. Coming from the standpoint that some of those were partials, I think 20 should make up for it. I am, after all, the one out here doing them on camera. All right. I say this every single day, but I'm going to try to do something musical today. I say this every day, and I end up staying out here till the sun goes down, chopping down trees. And then I go in, I shower, I eat my dinner, and I'm tired. And I don't feel like going upstairs and doing anything musical. So we're going to try to allot some time to doing something musical today, despite the fact that I'm going to try to bush hog down the island as we call it, clean up some more trees up here, and go into town and go to Verizon. So yeah, so where to start? We had to put them away because we were going to sell the house, the property. And so we were showing the house every day to people, potential buyers. And so we couldn't have chicken poop all over the place. So that's really why we really put them away. But we actually were having a lot of hawk predation issues. And it's not the most legal thing to shoot the hawks. I'll just put it that way. So not saying it doesn't happen, but the predation issue got worse through time as more hawks became aware of our situation. And so that's why we are relocating them to a new run off the poultry palace, which is the chicken coop. I call it the poultry palace because it's quite fancy. Let's see if I can. Well, we free range the chicken for years though, but we got quite a lot of them, and they started to become a little bit of an issue. Whoa! Okay, so the camera literally fell off the tripod, and with my ninja skills, I caught it just like that. All right, we're having some issues with connectivity. Bear with me one moment. This is ridiculous. This phone is... I do apologize. Looks like I disconnected several times, so... Was that just you? Was that just you? Good Lord, girl. I don't really know what just happened. I don't understand what just happened. Something really weird just happened. I lost my glove. How you doing? Are you healing up? Yeah. I think I just, yeah, I don't know if the stream was live during that, but I just experienced a really strange phenomenon. So I like walked up and I saw somebody in the window on the inside, and I heard them jump. And it could have just been the chicken making some loud noise and me seeing some reflection or something weird. I'm sure it was some sort of strange thing like that, but it looked like I saw and heard a person in the window. That was really weird. But we just got this girl. She's in quarantine. Looks like she's healing up pretty good. I don't see the blood like I saw before. But anyway, this is the poultry palace. Calm down, girl. And this is the free range era, actually. So that door would open like at 7 a.m. every morning, and they would come out the little door, and then they would come out into this little area here. But of course, they're chickens, right? So they got wings, so they can just fly over this. So they just come out, and so we eventually just let the door open, and they just made their way all around the property, and they mostly stayed under canopy. Oh, this is I was trying to really keep a mental health theme discussion this morning, but stay moving. You'll feel better. But most of them are in here. We got some in other areas, and we have we're getting ready to raise up the next batch of meat birds, where we do an entire isolated batch of meat only for slaughter birds that will be I want to say maybe a March. We're going to go for an earlier one. We did an August slaughter last year, which was in the dead of Florida August. It was, it went well. Chickens, they process fairly easy, but we're going to try to do it in cooler months this time. So, and then this will be the meat bird pen here, which is being staged up for that. Yeah, that's why we call it the poultry palace. It's kind of the Shangri-La for chickens. So a lot of effort went into that, and that's why we want to be able to repurpose it again, which is why I've been out here processing this area and cutting down all these trees to extend the chicken run. See, cluck around and find out. So you got to dig this fence out. I wanted to repurpose the fence and keep using it, but I was outvoted. So I had to come up here with the tractor and grab the rest of these trees. So unfortunately, I use that chainsaw. So I got a Husqvarna, I don't know, I don't say that right, Rancher 460, and it's down for parts. So the tensioner broke on me. It actually cracked. So I got one on order. Just a whole like tensioner assembly. And I got confirmation in my email that it's being packaged for shipment. So hopefully that should get here by hopefully Thursday, so I can start processing the rest of these trees. I hate being down for parts on a chainsaw. I got Grandpa's old 50-year-old Hobart or whatever it is, but last time I tried to get that running, I couldn't get it running. I could probably do some of the smaller stuff with the pole saw, but yeah, this is temporary. What you're hearing is Adolfo. That's our main big rooster. I named him Adolfo. How many meat birds? I think we typically do around 25 or 30. Enough to pack a couple of freezers. They're fairly large. But this is today's project here. This is what we call the island. So really it started as a stick pile that I meant for burning. And a stick pile grew, and then weeds grew around it, and then a couple of trees sprouted up. And why I don't refuge of wildlife, Mama says it's got to come down. So we'll come through with the hedge trimmer and maybe the small pole saw for the trees. I suppose I could just get out the silkies and use these branches for some Filipino martial arts practice with my machetes. And we'll take this down and see what's dry enough to burn. Let's see, I think that's some of the original stick pile in there. And I took all the logs. I had a whole bunch of these that were rotted out in the middle, and so I used them all for rockets over the last couple of years. But this is the remainder of those. But I got a whole pile of new ones coming up, so I got to get them cut up. So hopefully they'll at least be seasoned enough to be burned by next year's winter. Our harsh Florida winters we have down here. Whew. I tell you what, you stop exercising, your heart rate drops, body temperature cools, and you start feeling that sweat in the breeze. It gets a little nipply out here. It is cold for me. After I was laid off, I had a little bit of a stress cortisol, so I took on a little extra body fat. And during that period of time, I got a scan at the gym because I started a new gym. I got measured at 14% in body fat during that period of having a little extra fat. I said, Puppy, you want to come back outside? You want to come back outside? Yeah. Oh, he's excited. I never found my glove. Oh, boy. Well, I said I was going to do 20 extra push-ups, so I got to make good on that. Go find a shady spot here. Actually, I'd rather find a sunny spot. Dixie Clements. It's 26 degrees here with wind chill 12 degrees. Yeah, that's like real cold. That's kind of where it is back. I noticed my phone still has Rock Island, Illinois, which is where I moved from before I came to Florida. And so when I woke up this morning, I checked the weather, and for some reason it was set to Rock Island, and it said 26 degrees. So Michael Jackson in here with my one glove. I wonder who's old enough to get that reference. What do you got going on over here? Oh, doggy's doing his business. What, you have to go in and get a drink of water? I guess that's how digestion works sometimes, right, puppies? Look at this Velcro dog. He's trying to go into me. What is it, puppy? Oh, yes, a happy dog, a happy dog. All right. Yesterday, he was doing his happy, excited puppy thing. Good Lord, are you okay? He's got that maniacal look in his face. Maniac dog. Yesterday, he was being a maniac, all energetic, and he like head-butted me right in my thigh, and it felt like a Thai leg kick. He's just happy to be back outside. Yeah. Are you going to let me do my push-ups? Are you going to let me do my push-ups? What would happen if I put... Oh, now the microphone's on the dog. Don't put that microphone in the dirt, dude. That's not... Oh. That's not no roads, man. Yep. What is it, chill time? That's how I burn calories trying to stay warm. Ha. All right, let's see if we can knock out these. I got dog slobber all down my hoodie. I keep forgetting the microphone's on the dog. All right. Can I get the microphone? Can I get the microphone? Can you get the microphone? I got it. Hey! Careful, we're kicking that dirt. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get in your eye, puppy? I'm sorry. All right. I'm going to set this over here. All right. What branch were you in, 3-Ad Scout? Gotta go seize the day? Oh. That's right. I gotta go into town and buy some diesel. What do you say, dog? Have we earned our coffee? Have we earned our coffee? I think so. Man, I'm not looking forward to processing all this stuff down. I don't mind the chainsawing of like logs. It's just all these little branches and leaves and crap I gotta deal with. Yeah, this was all of yesterday's work. This is just yesterday. What you hear over there is the sound of neighbors down the road paying people to do this. Yeah, even this pine tree I just knocked over with the tractor just because it was just dead. It was funny. You learn to manipulate things with the tractor with the grapple hook. I found you can use the angle of the hook to grab things that are standing vertically. And once you like learn the hook, see how I was kind of reworking the driveway there a little bit. And we're gonna restart the stick. So this is a stump I've been burning out. You can see the last remnants of the stump. This was a giant oak stump, about that big. And I started on fire last Monday, and it burnt all the way to Saturday night till it got put out by rain. All the way through Shabbat Friday, it was just sitting there, burning, smoldering. I could just add some wood to it, and it would just restart a fire the entire week. But rain put it out. Well, I think I'm going to conclude this exercise mental health discussion stream. As long as the short of it is, studies confirm what many of us have come to know long time ago, that exercise helps keep away the feels, the bad feels. And with that, y'all have a great week. Shalom.